Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Journey. Today's video is number 6. Okay, I got the right amount of numbers up this time. I'm your host, or resident ding-dong, Matthew, and today's video is about hurdles. Now, as you can see, there's actually 11.02, but why am I talking about hurdles? Because hopefully this will give you a general grasp of giving you like what to expect. Everyone's different. Some may have a better grasp, some may have need more time. But this is just something that I've gone through, or I've been thinking of, or I've done, and just to give out some information in this regard. So, without further ado, let's jump into this, or rather with hurdles, jump over it. So, hurdle number 1, general practice. Get a feel for hearing your own voice, recording in general, doing voices, playing a character, and acting as a whole. I'm going to go into every little bit because, number 1, hearing your own voice. That is the biggest pill you're going to have to swallow, or what would I call it? A very rude awakening. You always thought you sound like this la-di-da boy, or this very, hey, how's it going kind of person. Yeah, you're not. I'm here to burst that bubble of yours, and sorry. I had to deal with that for 3 days, and I was like, Jesus, Murphy, I sound horrible. But, and you may have that feeling too, forget the word but for now, you'll get like that too. But as both my teachers in the classes I took said, you're not going to be hired for the sounding of your voice. It's going to be your ability to do what they ask of. So don't worry about it. Move on. And if you can get over that first hurdle of moving on, just getting over your voice, then you're already doing good. If you're okay with yourself, if you're okay with, recording yourself, hearing your own voice, then, well, you're cut above others. Next part, recording. Now, you may be like, I'm okay with listening to myself talk. I've heard myself on recording here and there, but recording yourself doing something in particular, or recording in general, this was not a big issue. It's just you literally hit the record button and you go blah, 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 and so on and so forth. So that's not too big of a deal. Now, voices. I need to talk about this because the biggest misconception in voice acting is it's just doing voices. No, it's not. It's acting. You are acting. Hence the part where I put acting. You are an actor, whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not. That's the whole point of voice acting. I think that sometimes it could be a little harder because sometimes actors can, as I said in my one video, what is voice acting, they can actually physically do it. Like they say they're holding a saber and be like, "On guard, you bastard," or something like that. Versus you thinking you're just reading a line saying, "All right, he says, on guard, you bastard. Let's give it a read to on guard, you bastard." Now, if the director likes that, or if that's how they want it, move on to the next line. If not, then they're going to ask you to do something else, like give us a voice. Like, can you try to be more regal? Can you be more uptight? Can you be snooty? Could you be, what's the word? I think I just use it regal, whatever. But you want to go, on guard, you fool. I'll have your head. Something along the lines of that. That leads to the next part, next 2 parts, characters and acting. You, like I said, you are an actor. Whether you know it or not, I'm saying this again, whether you like it or not, you're an actor. You are acting out characters. So, I'm not going to touch on that anymore because I've double dipped, I've done it. Let's go on to the next part, which is, this is me, but as you can see, as I wrote in parentheses, for me, maybe you too? Camera shy. I'm steadily warming up. As you can probably tell, I'm not as... I am rambling again because I'm nervous. I'm fast speaking. I'm doing my T-Rex arms, how you doing? And I'm a lot jittery. I'm still getting over it. I am, however, before I record any video, I always do a practice or a take. And I go, blah, 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 boo, blah, 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 boo. And it helps, preempt my mind, proactively create a feeling of what I'm going to do. So that does help. And then when I did my first 3 videos, I did like 10 takes each. And I was like, and then I'd finally get to it, and I would ramble on and on and on my videos as I'm doing now. So I feel like I'm doing that less now. Every time before I record, I just do a general intro, a brief rundown what I'm going to do, and then I'm like, okay, let's do it. And whatever goes in the video goes in the video, because I don't edit because I'm lazy. And there's another reason for that. I'll get to that another time. So if you're camera shy just like me, just know you're not alone. There's probably a lot of people there are camera shy and they're nervous. This is me trying to get over my uncomfortability. And if you want to do this, like with your phone, and just record yourself and be like, just like put it in a corner right here and just start reading off like fiddling around with currently what you can do. Ooh. And then you look at yourself like, wow, I look like an idiot. That's okay. Remember, you got to laugh at yourself. You're having fun. So we're getting used to it. Now, on to hurdle number 2, as I will just read again. Fiddling around with what you can currently do. General conversations, reading out loud practices to get a feel to what you're doing. Adjusting to yourself, typo, yourself, talk, and so on and so forth. Like I said, big hurdle number 1 for some people is it's a rude awakening. You're going to hear your voice and be like, oh, fudge, I sound like a goddamn idiot. That's okay. So, that's okay. Just keep doing what I did is I just kept going. I just pushed through and said, you know what? I can't change the sound of my voice unless someone kicks me in the balls and I talk like this. Oh my God. But, I don't want to do that. That's very painful. Anywho, so you do want to do stuff like that. Just keep practicing, pushing. You get used to it. You just get over it. And only that, you start to pick up on a few things about your voice. Wow, I didn't realize my voice is slightly higher pitched than I thought it was. I didn't realize that I have a very nasally voice, or I'm very raspy with the way I talk. That could be the case, or in this case for me, you know that a lot, that my throat dries up. For 2 reasons. 1, it's hot in here. It's a small, confined space. It's hot. I have a fan. I don't like turning it on because, it generates a lot of unnecessary noise. 2, as I said, I'm nervous. I get cotton mouth as well as cotton throat. So, what can you do? So, just fiddle around with doing some general reading. And by general reading, if you read articles online, just pull up an article and be like, oh, wow, okay. That's a TikTok. Oh, look, wow, ooh, okay. And just read it out loud. Record yourself if you want. No, screw if you want. I'm forcing you to, not enforce, I implore you. I'm not forcing you to do anything. I implore you to do that, just to help. Now we're on to hurdle number 3. This is when you start to act. This is when you take, you take what I said about 2 and 1 and start acting, making characters. Once you're done, as I said, start to actually act. Once you're done and fiddle about, try to act. Remember what I said. Dip your toe in. You don't got to go whole hog your butt in the water if you don't want to. Dip your finger. Put a hand in at a time. Put both hands. Dip a toe. Dip a foot. Go leg. Go up to your knees. Then go up to your balls. If you're a guy. If you're a girl, then go up to your waist because, well, you got more gumption. Then go up to your belly button, then go up, and then... Or if you want, you can be like me and be stupid and whole hog it and cannonball and freeze your balls off. What can you do? So now, this is where you're going to be practicing a lot, this is hurdles thing, 3 plus 4, and then you're going to be on hurdle 5 for a while until you can get comfortable with yourself. And that's where I obviously jumped the gun, but we're going to go on to now hurdle number 4. Now, hurdle number 4 is nuances in your acting. So in certain cases, you may read something like this. Here, let's see. Read on screen. First, about driving force. So if you want to just read it, you don't need to read on screen. First, about driving force. Okay, it's pretty bland, right? Now throw some pizzazz. Do the Salt Bae me and just, put that shit in there. As I put, give it more oomph. Pre and post life, I'll talk about in 2 seconds. But say for example, you can see on my screen, I hope. First, read about driving force, blah, 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 blah. So in this case, we're going to go with, first, read about driving force. Disclaimer. That's all I'm going to get into. Because that's a video for another time. You give it some action, give it some oomph, give it some pizzazz. Make it fun for yourself. Screw other people at this point. You're just practicing for yourself. Now, on to pre-post life. Pre and post life is a nuanced thing that I should talk about in another video. There's a lot of it, which I probably will. And it's basically so pre-life obviously is pre-life is anything you're adding before. So say you're a character who's disappointed with someone and they go, "You don't know when to quit, huh?" And then post life is anything you do at the end. So it's you don't know when to quit, do you? That was horrible examples of both, but it's something aligned or akin to that. I have better examples in my book. I just can't find it right now. I should have done better preparation. My bad. Now on to hurdle number 5. Hurdle 5 is where you will be at your longest. You will be practicing and practicing and practicing until you get comfortable enough with just being able to open, let's say in this case, Audacity. So, look here, I'm going to record. What am I going to record? Fee, fi, fo, fum, I am a big old bum. No. And crap like that. Do I want to say, no, this is a piece of shit. So, you're going to keep doing that. We're going to talk about this too in another video. It's going to be a completely different environment as well as character creation. Why character creation? Well, we'll talk about it in that video. Trust me, it's going to be fun. So, take everything from practices between 1 and 4 and just keep practicing and practicing and practicing until you feel comfortable. You feel, you're so comfortable being a crazy kook. And it doesn't matter what your character is. You could be a crazy old guy up the street saying, "Where'd the goddamn bees go?" Or something as stupid as, well, that was stupid. Or something as clever as, "My name is Clive. I'm the butler for the mansion of the Buxleys. How are you?" I don't know why that was clever. That's not clever. That's just asinine. "Or if you want, you could do your bad old friend, Mr. Droopy." "Oh, if you want." Wait, that was you get my point. I'm going to stop being like a voice idiot. So just keep practicing and practicing because you're going to get better whether you know it or not. If you just practice alone 18 minutes a day, that equates to 100 hours in a year. That's more than, I think, 90 to 95% of what people do. So just put in at least 20 minutes, I'd say. Screw 18. Go do an even number of 20 every day if you want. I used to do this for 2 months because I didn't know how to progress voice acting or how to find work and all that, which I'll talk about in the next hurdle. And yeah, so on to the next hurdle. So once you feel ready, whether you feel you're ready or not, you should push yourself to do this. This is what I did because this is also another form of practicing, is just getting yourself out there or getting a feel for what it's like. So this, from practice to real world applications. That's the biggest typo I've ever had in my life. Take from what you know, learn. Take from what you know, learn, and can do, and try to find some work. You're probably wondering, how do I find work as a novice, rookie, starting out voice actor? In my classes, there's these two. It's called voices.com, where people will submit applications. They're looking for voice actors. They'll submit a job application, basically, and it's up to you, the voice actor, to apply. Same thing with Voice 123. These are different from each other. I find Voices to be a little more professional. Voice 123 it's professional. It's not as regulated as Voices is. And what do I mean by that is anyone can apply to Voice 123. So say if someone, say like your neighbor Fred wants to do a claymation, what's that one? They want to do a claymation video, something like Wallace and Gromit, and then they want you to do the or the narration voice acting, and then they can just post it online. They don't want you, they want someone. The other one is, this is bigger stuff. This is backstage. This is worldwide, as far as I know. The thing with these is all paid subscriptions. And as you can see right here, I said not Fiverr. I was going to do Fiverr, but then in my class, they said no Fiverr, or they suggested against it. And I was like, why? And they put up a good point is, it comes across as desperate. You don't want to be desperate in this, because then you become across as needy, and you won't be picked. You want to be friendly, open, and willing to take direction, and easy to work with. Now that I've digressed, let us go on to 7. 7's very easy. Ready? Always be moving. Keep going. Keep improving. Keep practicing. Your moment will come. Just keep applying for jobs. Keep practicing every single day. Because, like I said, if you can just dedicate 20 minutes a day, you're already a cut above everyone else. And you're going to keep going and going and going. You're going to steadily get better. Little by little, piece by piece, you're just going to get better and better. Number 8, once you start getting work, it's a snowball effect. You get one job, then it goes to 2, then it goes to 4, then it goes to 8, and then blah, 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 blah. And then your job there, ready? Here's the hurdle, is keeping the workflow consistent, ensuring a good and positive connection with fellow voice actors should you work with any in the future, as well as maintaining good working relationships with clients. 80% of your work comes from 20% of clients. If you don't understand that, meaning out of 100 jobs, 20 will be your thing. And depending on what they want, if it's a school saying we want you to do the announcements, or if it's like Microsoft saying, hey, could you voice this new ad for us? It's going to be on TV, radio, blah, 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 blah. That's their source of revenue right there. So just maintain good relationships with your clients. So you're building a good foundation. And should you ever you want to go like pro full time, like you want to do like games, movies, TV shows, blah 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 blah, all that big stuff. They're gonna hear all future casting directors, producers, fellow voice actors. They're all gonna hear you and be like, "Wow, this person is credible. They got a good workflow. They're a nice guy, or they're a nice girl, or they're an awesome person to work with." So that's why. And then why do you want to keep up with your fellow voice? Because you're in this together. We're not here to pull each other down. We're not here to rip each other's hairs, punch each other in the eye. We're here to lift each other up. We're here to help each other out. We're here to have fun and make something awesome. Whether it be a TV show, movie, video game, song, even if you want to do. Some voice actors out there like to sing. 2 that come to mind is Amelie and Sayu, or Alejandro Saab. Shout out to those 2. Number 9, getting your foot in the door. I'm out of breath. Getting your foot in the door. Do not shy away or cower from any voice acting work. Expand your horizons, do everything, practice, learn, do more, and be better. This is something I lack, because I told myself when I was doing this, I was going to shy or cower away from certain things. I am for some reason. Some of it is the pay for some, even though I'm not in this for the money, I'm more in this for the work. But the pay is nice, obviously. And I do want to make a career out of this, so I do need to get paid. But some of it is lacking. And that's not because they're trying to cheapskate you. It's because maybe it's a lack of information that the client has. They'll say, here's an 8,000 word, 4-hour long thing we want you to do for $200. That is severely underpaid work. I would advise you don't do it. If you do apply, put a proper rate. Excuse me. And then if the client likes your thing, saying, why is your rate so much higher than what we suggested? Then you educate them, inform them, saying, yes, hi, you're asking me to do so much work that it's going to take longer than 8 hours. It may take even 10 hours for me to do. Sorry, you're asking me to do 4 hours, which could take 6 hours to actual because of errors, editing, clipping, whatever the issues may be, but you're asking me to do more for a paycheck as little as $200 when this should be at least maybe $1,000 or more. So, and when I say get your foot in the door is if you get that golden opportunity of, which comes to hurdle number 10. If you get that opportunity of doing something you actually are wanting to do, so say for example you want to do promos and commercials, and you are given the opportunity, you get a job opportunity, or a client comes out to you and says, "Hey, I've listened to some of your things here and there. I've watched, if you have a YouTube channel or social media, I've seen you on social media and I've seen your YouTube channel. I like what you do. Would you like to do this commercial for me, or would you like to do this promo for my company?" And you say, "Okay, let's talk. There's your door. There's the door. Door's open. Put your foot in it and say, yes, I would love to do that." Now, number 10. You smell that? That smells like opportunity, baby. That's when your foot is in the door. You steadily wedge your face from the door like that. Well, you couldn't see me, but still, you get what I'm saying. You just wedge it in like this, and you go, "Hi, I'm Fred Durst. Would you like to hire me for my voice?" And then obviously, just keep going. Keep getting those golden opportunities. Let yourself shine. Let yourself grow. Let yourself think. And don't sell yourself short. I do this too much. I have gotten like 2 jobs since starting back in September. But it's slow and it's rough for now. But I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to stop applying. Because you never know if tomorrow I do a job for, I don't know, a Walter Bradley, and he's paying me $500, or he's asking for a $500 job to do his video narration of a new event in his company. And then he likes me and he recommends me to other people. There you go. You never know. And it just builds like that. So, you got that opportunity? Keep going. Now, what's hurdle number 11? What do I see or hear my own name and voice on a featured anime, game, show, promo, commercial, radio, or something else? That's what you should be asking yourself when you hear these things. Hell yeah! Good job. Now, leap it up. I meant to put keep it up. Now, keep it up. You had that foot in the door, as I said, you stuck your face in, and then someone finally opened the door and said, "Hey, I like you. I want you. I need you to voice my project. Please, come on down to the Butter Barn and let's work together." And you shake their hand, you say, "Yes, indeed. Let us do a fine-ass job." And that leads us to the 12th and final hurdle. What are you looking for? There ain't nothing. There ain't any more hurdles. You jump the bar, you swoop through the last hoop, you climb the ladder, and the ladder, I meant to say the rope. You climb the rope and rang that bell. You did it. You're done. You've reached your goal. Now it's up to you to maintain. Take everything from hurdles 11 to 1 and just remember, keep all that up. You did it. You're done. Now keep it up and always be the best you can be, or be better. Because there's always a chance, an opportunity for you to grow and be a better actor, actress, singer, songwriter, writer, poet, whatever it may be. There's always an opportunity to get better. So, I rambled on a lot longer than I wanted to. I was hoping to be short, but you know me. And with that, I wish you all a very, 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 very good night. See you later. Why did I do that? Stop recording. 20